Phone working? Oh, did it finally start? Oh my gosh, it looks very loud. It looks very loud. So I noticed. Let me fix this. I'm so sorry. Oh, is that better? Getting closer to the better. I used this microphone on a different computer this week, and legitimately, the countdown timer for the stream had started. We had the 5-minute countdown timer, and when I was just sitting here chilling, getting ready to start the stream, I was like, wait a minute, I don't have my microphone plugged into my computer. So I had to like go and try to find it. It was in a bag somewhere else, and I just plugged that in. So, alright, I believe it's working now though. At a normal level, everything is working like it's supposed to be. Too quiet now? Here, let me. I want my. Okay, that's probably a good level right there. It's -15. I could maybe go slightly higher. But I think -15 is a good level. A good level. Because I don't want to have too much of a difference between the music, which honestly the music's slightly too quiet. Alright. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be doing some art. Specifically, we're going to be doing art for our movie trailer parody of the Super Mario movie. I'm really excited about this, but we're going to be doing... before we actually get to the work itself, I get to show you guys something that we worked on yesterday. I'm very excited to show you guys this because this is the character model for SpongeBob Super Mario himself. I love this. This mod. It's been so much work to make this look good. We've been struggling with making it actually like, you know, just perfecting the little bits of it because I mean, at the end of the day, the hardest part was actually putting a Mario hat on his head. Putting a Mario hat on his head and making it look good because the Mario hat is normally on like a round head and putting it on SpongeBob's head was very difficult. The front facing one, I'm not even sure if I like it because like in these other ones you can see how there's like this overlap where the back of the hat is actually behind, you know, the squiggles, but we don't have the squiggles in the front facing. And I don't know if I like that or not. Either A, this is the cleaner version, or B, we have to figure out a way that gets those squiggles back, but I don't know, because I tried it with the squiggles. Here's the problem if you do the squiggles, is it just doesn't look good. Like if I go in here, and I just delete this stuff and move it up, the squiggles are like lined up weird, and so it actually looks worse if you can see the squiggles, I think. So as of right now, we just have that bottom of the hat kind of peeking in, and that I think is the better of the two options, but it's not my favorite, so we'll figure that out. Hello everybody in chat, how are you guys doing? It is me, Sponge Pratt. Plumber pants. Yes, I'm very happy that we are fitting in the, because, I mean, we had to give him the Mario mustache, and I was trying to figure out how exactly we do that, because, a little Easter egg here, Patrick is going to be our Luigi at the end of the trailer, and so since SpongeBob and Patrick both had their little mustaches in the movie, I was very happy to incorporate that. Katrina did a fantastic job on the initial tracing of a lot of this stuff here. I basically finished up, I did most of the weird angles. Like she always starts the character modeling process with like the 3/4 in the front, and then she also did the back 3/4, and then I had to like design the hat for this view, I had to design the hat for this view. I had to figure out what kind of symbol would look good for the S here. It was kind of tough to figure that all out. But yeah, so it's been a lot of stuff. But this is like a nearly finished model and ready to be used. Like we got gloves here, his hands. We've got gloves not only for if the glove is behind the arm, but if the glove is in front of the arm, it looks like this. So we have like two versions of every single hand based on which angle. If the glove is like this. Where's the camera? Okay. If the glove is like this, or if the glove is like this. We have two different versions of the hand for both of those. But all of our classic SpongeBob hands that we've had for this character model is ready that way. So we've got a bunch of nice Mario-gloved character. And yeah, and we even got the run cycle, I think, is completely done. Yeah, all of his leg animation is completely ready to be used. It's a ready model. It's a ready, even the mouth. When he moves his mouth, the mustache sometimes moves with it, which is awesome. So this is a ready model. This right here, I actually don't, no, honestly, it might be completely done. I don't know if there's anything in here that I haven't finished. Looking at it now, because I worked on this last night and I kind of just gave up at the end of the day, but I realized I think I gave up after I was done. I think I finished it. Who's gonna be Bowser? Who do you think? It's gonna be Plankton, but obviously Plankton isn't that big. So our goal will be to be putting Plankton in one of his giant robots, specifically, I think it's called the Chum Bot. And, maybe I'll have to type in Planktons. Yeah, the Chum Bot. I'm pulling up the SpongeBob Wikipedia here. This guy is probably what we're gonna put him in, and we're probably gonna maybe recolor code him. We're gonna make this robot look orange and green like Bowser is. So it's gonna be this robot, but we're actually gonna put Plankton like inside of it, like in this window, so that way we can still see Plankton as you know, the main enemy here. Yeah. We are working on a movie parody trailer. For those of you who don't know, our Halloween video got delayed because we saw that there was so much extra work to do with it, because it's actually a lot bigger of a video than we kind of let on to you guys. There's some secrets to it that we never told you guys, and because of those secrets, it was impossible for us to finish the video on time, and we don't want to release a Halloween video in November. So we're delaying it actually to next year, which is unfortunate, but worth it because it's such a big video that you're gonna want us to do it well. You're not gonna want us to rush it, because it'll be very like disappointing if we rush something that's as big as we were trying to make it. But I can't say anything more about it because it was supposed to be a surprise, and it's still gonna be a surprise next year. But that just means it's gonna be better. But we are working on 2 videos right now. Today's stream, we're working on the movie trailer video, but also in this year right now we're working on a Christmas special, and that will get out in time. We absolutely want to make sure that gets out in time, so we're going to be working on both of those right away. Sunshine and Craig is a show I never really watched. I never really watched that. So right now, actually, what we're gonna work on, since I'm done with this character model, also actually, I can show you a work in progress Patrick model, because all I did for him was the hat. I had to figure out. So this Super Mario hat was kind of easier for SpongeBob, just because it's almost the actual Super Mario shape. With some weird, I had to figure out how to do the brim of the hat. That was always tough. But Patrick is weird because he's got such a cone head. How do you put a Mario hat on him? That was a really difficult challenge to figure out here. And so I do have, I believe it's this one. This is my attempt. What do you think? What do you think of the Luigi hat on Patrick? Do you think that works? It was really tough to kind of problem solve it, but I think I like this final version. So now we have to figure out again still the front-facing view and the other views, but at least this is the view that's going to be seen the most often, or at least it would normally. Luigi has some weird views. You see him from almost every angle in the movie trailer, because there's only 5 shots of him, and there's like a different angle of him in each shot, so we'll see what happens there. I don't know who Ronnie Ann is. Is Ronnie Ann a character from one of the Nicktoons? A hipster Mario? Do I look like a hipster Mario with my color scheme right now? Yeah, this is the, what's up? Alright, so we're gonna be working on the logo of the Super Mario SpongeBob parody. So this is the actual logo as it shows up in the Super Mario movie. It's all shiny, it's all cool, there's like a cool, you can kind of barely see there's a metal texture going on. Now, I could do this in 3D, but I'm actually deciding to not do it in 3D. I'm deciding to do this entirely in 2D, first off because I think it's going to be easier, and I might have a little bit more control over the fact that when this logo first appears, the edges, these like metal edges, are brighter than the main point of the metal. So I think I'm going to make it in like multiple parts, and then I can make the shininess different wherever I want it to be. Oh, okay, Loud House, I gotcha. Yeah, no, I wasn't aware of that. SpongeBob is Sonic. That would be a weird. I think we thought of doing something like that, and then we're like, how in the world do we represent that? It's such a weird combo. Like, whenever you have to change SpongeBob's color, it doesn't look right. Now, I actually did start the process of this, but as you can see, I only got 5 letters in. So it's just going to say the Super SpongeBob movie. And I'm probably not going to incorporate the period because, I mean, we're not actually doing a shortened version of a word here. Now, actually, I didn't even think about this. We can just copy the O. We're going to copy this O right here. Go ahead and, like, layer it up in this area. I do believe that the top word, like, the word Mario is bigger than the word Bros. Not just in letters, but in, like, the actual size of the font. So I am going to try to replicate that with our sponge. The word sponge is going to have bigger letters than the word Bob. Sporio! Yep, we're done here. This is it, guys. Thanks for the stream. Our final video project is going to be called Sporio Bob. Oh, dear. Now, what's interesting about the way they did this is it looks 3D, but the letters overlap each other on the same, like, face. They shouldn't do, like, if this was real, you know, obviously this doesn't make sense, but the fact that everything is lined up flat with each other, but it has this fake overlap, which is another reason I didn't want to do this in 3D, because this is actually a really weird setup to have to make in 3D, but in 2D, it's really easy to overlap things, because you just do. So obviously I'm actually going to have to make the centers of these letters hollow, which is one thing I have to solve. But I'm starting with this format because it's giving me these outlines, and these black outlines are going to become these metal outlines, and that's what I really wanted to focus on, is making that. Is the stream buffering? Oof, it might be your internet. Refresh your page if it's buffering. I don't think they're going to screw it up. The trailer already looks really, really good. They're not going to have the minions show up in the movie. The minions are only going to show up in the opening illumination, like, title card. I can promise you that. What do you think they're going to do? Or they probably... Did they... No. I don't know if they've had anything yet. But obviously at the beginning of Illumination movies, they always have the minions standing next to the logo. I wonder if they're going to have... Oh, I'm going to take a guess. I think when the Super Mario Bros. Movie starts, they're going to have, like, 2 minions on screen with the Illumination logo, and I think they're going to be chased off by Mario enemies. That's my guess. They're going to be chased off, like, a Goomba's going to walk up, they're going to be all like, whoa, what's going on here? And then a bunch of other enemies are going to run through. That is my guess. Alright, and today's date is October 29th of 2022, and I'm setting my guess right now. I don't know. It's either that or, like, they interact with, like, a question mark block. Like, one of them jumps up and hits it, and then, like, a thing falls out, but they keep hitting it and more things fall out. Obviously, the minions are just going to create chaos, but I think that's what's going to... I think the enemies are going to jump in is what's going to happen. We aren't going to be working on any animation today besides this logo. Really wanted to get this logo done because one thing that we do for all of our projects, this is kind of a funny thing that we just do, is we make little logos in our own file organization. Like, if I go to YouTube videos here, we have the logo for the Avatar video. In fact, can I zoom in on this? No, I can't. But I can make them extra large icons. Alright, so, oh, I just dropped a hard drive. So in our file organization here, we've got, like, here's my live streaming folder, here's the Avatar folder, here's our Halloween folder, here's the Jurassic World folder, but the Super Mario folder doesn't have a logo yet because we don't have anything. And so I'm probably just going to go, when we're done with this movie trailer logo, we'll go ahead and turn it into an icon for this here. And now I'm going to turn that back into large icons. There we go. Alright, so I actually do have this metal texture as well, which we're going to use subtly in this logo. So I'm going to drag that in, despite the fact I'm not going to use that for a while. And now we need the letter N. So I do have a Mario font installed, so I can actually go ahead and just, like, type in the letter N, and boom, it's the letter N. It doesn't have an outline though, so we're gonna have to actually, the funny part is we're going to trace this letter. Like, I typed it, and then I have to trace it. Hello, honey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Getting a sneak.
Ooh, snack is good. Nicktoons Plumber Bros. Alright, now that the letter is in there, I'm just gonna take the pen tool, and we're just gonna trace it. It's actually, this is one of the simpler shapes. Some of these other letters are really fancy, but I feel like the letter like N and M in almost every font is just a very simple multiple lines. The interesting challenge here is going to be, not really a challenge, but just the goal is going to be to separate the lines from the actual fill and creating this fake 3D. Because we have this area here that's supposed to be 3D, and I have a couple strategies, I think, for that.
I am not getting a snack.
You're not getting a snack?
We don't have any good snacks.
Oh, no good snacks.
Apparently not.
That's unfortunate.
Thanks.
Okay. So we got a G. I'm gonna push this G into here. Did you just give me bunny ears?
No, I waved.
Oh, okay.
Why would I give you bunny ears in front of
I don't know. I thought it wasn't. The chat says hello to you. Yeah, we could totally play Fortnite, because Fortnite's free, right? If it's a free game, I'm totally up for playing any free... Well, not any free game, but most free games that are, like, pop culture, I'm up to playing. Isn't the new... what's it called? There's, like... It's one of those games that, like, you jump in with... and you respawn over and over. Not like Team Fortress 2, but it's like a newer version of that. What's it called? They just made a second version of it. What's that game called? It's got characters like, the character who used to be called McCree, but is now differently named. His name is now Cassidy, I think. What's that game? Overwatch? I think, isn't there an Overwatch 2? I think, yeah, they just released an Overwatch 2, and it's actually free to play, I think. Gosh, that took me a long time to figure out what I was trying to talk about. I'm like, I barely knew about it. Dude, Video Copilot had been like, oh my gosh. That is what brought me up in learning special effects. Video Copilot tutorials has been everything when I was first learning all this stuff. That's the classic right there. Alright, how's that look? Is that good? Oh gosh, the G is really awkward. I don't know. I feel like this is a letter that they just tried to, like whoever made this font tried to invent it. Because I don't know how you make a G look good in the Mario font. So we're gonna play around with this a little bit. Like do this. Then maybe we could go out. Ooh, that's, no. I think the sharp line there looks good. Let's do that. Alright, I could also maybe try to raise up this portion here. Because maybe it's just too close. That's looking better. Ish. It just kind of looks like a squiggle. Which isn't horrible. I feel like people will be able to read it, right? Like, you can tell that that's supposed to be sponge. Alright, well then I might just drop the bottom of this line here and then call that a day. I'm not gonna worry too much about the G. No, I don't really think... I mean, there's like, maybe a Mario Kart game on Android. Penguins of Madagascar was on Nickelodeon? Yes, I do know that. I used to watch it when I was younger. Alright, let's grab an E, and then we're done with the tracing, and then I can actually start doing the cool special effects to make it all shiny and 3D. Oh, it's really weird how they made the E have this extra line here. Not that that's going to be seen, because it's going to be like behind stuff. Actually, it might barely be noticeable. Yeah, it kind of might. It kind of might be noticeable, we'll see. Sponjo Bob! Sponja Boy me Bob. Come into the fry cook area. Make a Krabby Patty. Hey, Tornado Twister YouTube! You were a fan before that one song got copyrighted in SpongeBob in Your Life too. Well, good. Thanks for joining us on the stream. Happy to have you here. We highly thank you so much. It means a lot to hear. Oh, why was it doing that? So what happened is I just masked off the I masked off the letter instead of adding like new lines. But now we're adding new lines. I wasn't focused. Is it still doing it? No. Wait. Yeah, we're good. Oh my gosh, I kept thinking I was messing up. I was in an infinite stream of messing up things. The SpongeBob Patrick meme is something that I'm not familiar with. That is SpongeBob. How do you guys like our 8-bit music this morning? Our chip tune. I'm loving it. This is good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put this letter behind everything else because we have to do it the right way, okay? The Super Mario... Ooh, I don't know if I like that E. Let me turn off the original logo. And make the background black. This is good. So it is good, but I do realize that the entire word needs to be moved over. Because the entire word looks like it's a little lopsided. Oh, and I need to rename this layer to E. Alright. Yeah, this whole layer looks like it needs to be centered a bit more like that. In fact, I think I made a box at one point. Yeah, this is my centering box here. It is my centering box. It is how I know things are centered. And that actually looks better than it was. So the bob is centered, the sponge is centered. We are good. Alright, I'm gonna turn this back off, check it out. Yeah, it looks good. I'm actually really tempted to just... I don't know if I can. Can I figure out what font they used for... I don't want to have to try to trace the words the Super movie. Because I just want to reuse the fonts they used here, but I have no idea. Ooh, you know what we can do? We can do a quick Google. Fonts used in the Super Mario Bros. Movie title. Let's check it out. Oh, look, there's a Reddit post about it. Here we go. So, the White Sands seems to be this one. Why does he think... Wait. This guy thinks the word the and movie is not the same font as super, but it totally is.
I could see the, but not super and movie.
Oh, I should maybe make it capital. That's the good thing about these font websites. The, super, and then movie. We're just going to check this, and if this is the right font, I'm just going to download it. Come on, submit. Yeah, that totally looks right. Alright, we found the font, everybody. One quick Google, and we found the font. We're going to download this font. Go ahead and use it. And we're going to put it in our carefully placed project folders here. You've seen the Batman building? Yes. The Super Movie! That's it. That's the title. The title is the Super Movie. Okay, I'm just gonna download it right here because apparently this is where I downloaded the Super Mario font. What a weird title. This font, Black Ploton. It almost sounds like Pluto, but it's not. Alright, we're not going to get the italic version. I'm just going to go ahead and download this. Install. It's installing. It is installed, everyone. We should have it like right away now. So I can just go into here, make a new text, and then try to find that weird font name. Black Politan. It looks like it should say Politan, but it's Plotan. If it said Politan, that would have made more sense. Alright, this is a weird... Okay, let's make this red so I can see it for right now. And then... Why is it so... Okay, 0 on the separation. Aha! Oh no, why is... Look at this, everyone! The T and the H have less separation than the H and the E. I'm gonna have to custom separate these letters so it looks good. Okay. Okay. They're making it difficult for me. Wow. I know, it's the beginning of SpongeBob's essay. Okay. Gonna have to take the separation between these two letters and make it different. Aha! That looks good. Now we've got to correct the. Scale this down. Match it up. Now my one thing I'm actually worried about is look at this weird color. It almost looks like a pearl. There's like a purple up on the top here, there's some blue down here, and there's like green underneath the bottom of it. Which is cool. I'm just gonna say, it's just cool. But we'll try to match it the best we can. Alright, No, it's okay, I fixed the OCD. You don't have to worry about it. I just have to go in and custom change the separation on the different letters. Super, this almost looks like it's already lined up at the right size. Not really, it's actually a bit too big. Scale that down. Did they put... They either made the letters wider. No, they didn't make it too wider. I think I can widen up a bit. But the real thing I have to do is just separate the letters a bunch. So let's go ahead and do this to 0. And then slightly more. That is pretty close. That is pretty close. Couldn't get really too much closer than that. I'm actually going to duplicate this one right here because it's, I think, exactly what we need separation-wise for the bottom word movie. And then I got to figure out these colors because this is going to be weird. Oh, I shouldn't do lowercase. That would look really weird. Oh no, this one down here looks a lot different, doesn't it? Man, they have each... It's something you don't notice until you're actually, like, recreating it, that each of these words are a different size. The word movie, the, and super. You'd think that they were nearly the same size, but they're not. Alright. Let's turn this off, and let's see what we got. How does the separation of the letters look? The separation of the letters looks okay up here. Like, I'm good with that. The bottom word, there's like too much space on this O. So let me see if I can fix that, because the O and the V are too far apart. Oh, I was moving the wrong dial. Alright. That looks good, but now that pulled the V and the I together, so let's see if I can... And now the I and the E are separated too much, so we're gonna go ahead and fix that. There we go. Is that... Yeah, sure, why not? We'll call that done. Super Bob Mario? I appreciate it, but I think I'm happy with the Super SpongeBob movie. It rolls off the tongue a little bit easier. And sometimes the simpler answer just... Oh, you know what? I was about to move this, but I don't want to, because what happens is when we make the text look like it's 3D, we need to have the extra space underneath it, don't we? Yeah, because we have to have the space to have these letters come down like that. Actually, you know what? No, I was wondering if I could make the B any bigger, but it looks like we're good on the size here. Okay, so now we're going to end up bringing in fancy colors. Oh, you know what I can do? Can I do this, actually? 4-color gradient is an effect I want to try to use here. But if I just plop it over... Oh, it works just like I hoped it would. Alright, we're going to drag this entire layer over. I can't believe how well this is about to work for me. I'm really excited about this prospect. But here's what I can do. I can take the word movie. I can give it 4 corners, and each corner has a different color. So I'm picking the corners of the actual word here. And I'll be able to change these colors in a second too. And so, I can also change how much they blend together. So this is like the ultimate version of no blending, is like each color is very strong in the corners. But I'm going to blend them a little bit. We're going to change this color into the top left. I'm just literally going to take the colors from their original thing. We'll grab that. There's almost a sky texture to this, isn't there? Oh, this isn't mixing like I want it to. Or it's actually mixing too much. Yeah, I don't know if this is... Let me go ahead and try to bevel this as well. We're going to get a bevel because it doesn't look like it's got edges yet. So we're going to bevel... We're going to bevel on the edges. Oh, never mind. Not on the edges. On the alpha. Because that looked horrible. There we go. Whoa! Getting somewhere. Maybe lighter on the intensity. It's like too strong. Yeah, okay, wait, let's take away our reference here. That looks good. That looks really good, actually. Can I just copy these effects, maybe? I might not want to. The up area might be a little bit different. So what we're going to do instead is I will copy the bevel, because the bevel looks really good. And then right before that, we're going to do our 4-color gradient again. Well, what we're going to do is, you're talking about the sound clips. We're just going to have our voice actors do those voices, which I need to send out those requests today. I want to have all of our voice actors go ahead and record their lines for this. But I already made a mock-up script. For the most part, the words are like the exact same. There's not a lot of things that got swapped over. But at the beginning, we have Karen is going to be replacing Kamek. And so Karen is going to be like in wizard robes and whatnot. And instead of King of the Koopas, she's going to say, "Behold, the King of the Idiots." Plankton is going to say, "Open the gates." We're going to have the King of Atlantis show up and say, "Attack." The Atlanteans roar. We still have the same exact line of, "That was but a taste of our fury. Do you yield?" Plankton's still going to say, "I do not." "I finally found it. Who's going to stop me? What is this place? Do not touch that patty. You'll die." Instead of mushrooms, they're going to be patties. Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. "Come on, SpongeBob." And then the last line we did change. Instead of, like, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come, we're thinking we're going to use SpongeBob's slogan of "I'm ready." So it's going to be "Krusty Kingdom, I'm ready." And so that's basically our script for the actual video itself. There's only a couple of changes that we actually had to make. But, continuing on with this, I'm gonna keep doing the same tactic. I actually want to put the 4-color gradient before the bevel. Wow, that looks weird, doesn't it? Why does this look like the original Super Mario movie, like, title? Alright, trying to go ahead and take these colors here. The colors on the top ones are a little bit weirder. Because there's a lot of weird pearlescent stuff going on here. Oh gosh, it looks really weird on this letter. The S. The S is kind of too much on self. How do I fix that? How do I fix that? Can I do a... Wait. Oh no, the S is just made that way, isn't it? Well, that's something I didn't consider having to deal with. That's really weird. It's a little bit harder to read because of that. I might have to do a custom S, which is odd. I wasn't thinking that that'd have to be a problem. Someone failed to make an 8. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Here's what I think I can do. I think I know what I can do to fix this. I'm just gonna go ahead and, like, remove a portion. Just removing a portion of the S. Here, does that work? But, well, right now it's only keeping that portion, but we're gonna do the opposite. I don't know if that looks good. Okay, wait, we're gonna do some edits. We're gonna do some edits here. I gotta be artistic with this. That's looking, okay, that actually looks good. So now I'll just copy that, and we'll just reuse it on the other side. I was like, where is it? Where am I supposed to put this? Alright, move this down, find the spot that it'll fit well. There we go, fixed! It's still not perfect, but I mean, it's better. The only other thing I could do is make these little, like, round spots bigger. I could do that like this. Oh, I don't want the oval. No, no, no. I don't want an oval. I wanted the rounded rectangle. How do I... Am I able to change the size of the rounded rectangle? How do I do that? I know that there's a way, and I can't figure it out. Ah! How do you change... Is it... Oh, it's the scroll wheel! Okay, I can scroll with my mouse to change how rounded the rectangle is. That's what I was trying to figure out that entire time. That took me too long. Alright, there we go. So now we can actually make a rounded rectangle in, like, a very specific pattern. Alright, so we'll subtract from that. Boom. Consider that done. That's looking a little bit better. Great. Great! Great news, everyone! You have great news?
I figured out what's wrong with the TV at the house.
Oh, very good. No, I can't check out Twitter. No, I appreciate you sending stuff, but again, we're working right now, so I'm gonna stay on task, but thank you. Trying to distract me? How do you think we're gonna make videos? If I'm watching YouTube shorts all day. But no, can't check Twitter. I'll tell you one thing, I never check Twitter anyways.
Good point.
I'm never on Twitter. I tried Twitter for a little bit because it seems like every YouTuber has Twitter, right? Like, it just seems like, oh gosh, I don't want to edit the letters. It's making me try to edit the letters. But like, it seems like every YouTuber has a Twitter, and it's like a big thing. And if you're a content creator, you know, I hate Twitter. Twitter is just such a horrible place filled with, you know, just endless drama.
And now Elon Musk owns it.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to even try to be funny on Twitter when people might try to like cancel you for anything. There's stuff that's worth being canceled over, and there's stuff that isn't. And there's some stuff that Twitter people will just cancel people over for no reason because they're bored. And because Twitter culture has basically become canceling people. And so I'm like, there's no point. There's no point in putting anything, because I could try to make a joke that is just silly because that's the only reason. I don't really care about sharing like real opinions on Twitter. I would only be sharing jokes, and that doesn't seem even worth it. And I tried it too. Like I was posting jokes on Twitter and just like dumb tweets and intentionally like silliness, and then there was like somebody who just asked me what I meant by it. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and explain my jokes. And so I'm like, okay, this isn't worth it. I can't just explain jokes.
What do you mean by that? How does that
Yeah,
make
it's like, what do you mean? What is that supposed to mean? I'm like, what do you mean it's supposed to mean? It's a joke. You good there? Got a sneezing kitty. That's nothing to sneeze at. You haven't used Twitter for 7 years? Yeah, it's been like 3 or for me or so. I don't know. You can check what my last tweet was.
I was on it last night looking at memes.
I have considered actually though, just because I do like making jokes from time to time, what I think I'm gonna do is like right before New Year's this year, I'm gonna make a tweet that says, my New Year's resolution is to only have one tweet next year. And then at some point next year, I'll only have one tweet.
You should post it the next day and then not tweet.
That would be great. That would actually be really funny. Or the funnier version of that joke would just be to post on January 1st, my New Year's resolution this year is to only tweet once. And that is the one tweet.
That would be funny too. Ooh, she did not want to be with you.
No, she did not. I also have not really used Facebook, just because, I mean, I used to when I was like a kid.
I tag you in stuff on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, no. I don't really, I think, I mean, I don't really use social media all that much, man. Like the very few times that I'm on social media, it's like I might scroll through Reddit or I might scroll through Instagram. And Instagram is like I check it once every like 7 days. It's not very common. YouTube is maybe, I mean, if you consider it a social media, which you totally should. I mean, it's weird because it's also just entertainment media, but YouTube is probably the one social media I actually explore the most. I watch a lot of YouTube. Not as much as some people do, but like comparatively to all my other things, it's definitely the biggest source of you know, social media usage.
I don't count it as social media.
You don't count it as social media? So this is whitening it, like right now what I'm doing is whitening all this up to the way that the original looks like it was. So I think I'm doing a good job in matching that. Oh, the R has a wider spot right there. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, the bottom of this is kind of weird, so I don't know what I should do with that, but I'm gonna try to duplicate this, bring it down, and then do some cool warpy stuff. That's my goal.
Do you have any more dishes over here?
I don't believe I do. No, that's the only dish.
I'm gonna start the dishwasher before I leave.
How to overcome the nervous? Practice, honestly. Like, just whatever you're nervous about. And I mean, like, for example, like, I think giving speeches is a big example of, like, how do you get used to talking to big crowds and whatnot. Like, the anxiety about that is tough. And I think it just comes with practice. You do something enough times, and then you get used to it, and then you're not nervous anymore. The very first time I live streamed, I was so terrified. I was like, oh, I'm gonna screw this up. There's so many stuff. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. But now I'm so comfortable with live streaming because I've done it so often. It's like, I know what to do, mostly. You know, it's like, I'm still obviously figuring out what makes a fun live stream overall. But at least I'm not worried about technical difficulties. I'm not worried about saying something weird, you know. I mean, because ironically, live streaming is like making a speech to an audience, but just through the internet. You would set it on Discord, but there's no green check mark to click to be able to be in it? What? Is our Discord thing broken? That would be weird. If that is this. Thank you for warning us about this. Let me check the Discord and see. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, Discord. I'm gonna go into our... Yeah, so you have to click this green check mark down here. And then you can click these for notifications. So they're still here for me. You just have to click that. That's the thing you click. We've had 194 people do so. It's not there for you? Are you on mobile? Because if you're on mobile, it's like what it is it's a reaction. And so you just have to react to that thing. I don't know why it's not there for you. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why. Do you have any settings that might limit how you see reactions? Because that's all it is it's a reaction. So I don't know if there's a setting where you can like controls. That'd be a weird setting. It doesn't sound like a setting that they would have, but yeah, I don't know. That is weird. If other people can look in and see if they can see it, that might help us problem solve this. Works on other servers. Now that's very interesting. Will SpongeBob 11 be in early November? No, because it's the Christmas episode. SpongeBob episode 11 has become... It was originally gonna be Halloween, which, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is that I think So, when we made the Jurassic World video, I put an Easter egg in it. That was actually gonna end up becoming false once we made the Halloween video. Oh, I gotta go to JChaseFilms. Let's look at Jurassic World for a second. If we go to the part where there's a computer screen, I put a little Easter egg in because I thought I was going to be funny. And so we have, alright, so in the computer screen here, now this Easter egg is actually going to be real, because originally this was an Easter egg that I put in, and then I realized, oh wait, if we make the Halloween video, this isn't true anymore. But now it is. Up here I put a little secret code, SBIRL 11, and then Xmas. So what this was a tiny little, like, supposed to be Easter egg that SpongeBob episode 11 was going to be a Christmas episode. And I put this in because at the time that's what we thought we were doing. But then we're like, oh, we should make a Halloween video. And so that was actually going to be not true anymore. But now it's true again. So there you go, everybody. Now you know about this tiny little Easter egg. A little code that was supposed to be an Easter egg telling you guys that the Christmas episode was coming. Yeah. An email that you can send stuff to. I mean, what were you gonna send? The title? Well, actually, so if you're talking about Nintendo X Illumination, we're not gonna be using those same things. What we're gonna end up doing is, first off, I'm not gonna say the YouTube channel yet because I don't know if we're gonna actually be able to work with them. But I'm hoping that we get to work with another group of YouTubers to make this Mario Bros. Trailer video. And if we do, what this top logo is going to be is it's going to say JChaseFilms plus their YouTube channel. That's what I want this to say. I'm really, really hoping that we get to work with them. But we're going to see. So that's what's actually going to say up there is JChaseFilms plus their other YouTube channel. And I'm hoping the collab works out. I'm just waiting for their response because they're busy on their own videos right now. Yeah, a Nick plus JChaseFilms would have been good. Honestly, it's probably what we will do if the collab doesn't work out. If the collab doesn't work out, then we probably will just do something like that.
Something like what?
Making it JChaseFilms plus Nicktoon, Nickelodeon or something.
Oh. Then it looks like we're...
Actually collab?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, we could make it Nintendo plus Nick. Then it looks just like what it actually is. They just... in an alternate universe where Nintendo decided to not work with Illumination, and then they made a SpongeBob movie instead. I probably won't be changing the music around too much during stream today, but I can at least put that in my list of things to check out later to add to the playlist, because I don't have that ready in my playlist right now. What did you say? Do I have the... Yes, I do. I have my piece of paper still here from the previous streams. Garden Zone Act 2. Garden Zone Act 2 Sonic Mania. Alright, so that's on my list. I'll get to it later, but we won't be listening to it today. I'm basically building up a big library of music that you guys want to hear. Wait, what just happened to the P? Why is the P no longer... Ah! It didn't copy. It just like... Well, that's unfortunate. It took both, and that's not what I wanted. It was like the only letter now that didn't actually have the bigger version. Where's it supposed to... I don't like how when it's like trying to render the thing, it goes low graphics for a second. It makes it really hard to see. Alright, there we go. Fixed! Finally, the word super is complete! Well, almost. I actually still have to make it 3D looking. Oh, you know what's happening here? Is the bottom of the word is getting reflected onto by the other letters. That's actually really, really cool. Alright, let's check out this over here. We're just going to move the entire reference to the side. Alright, let's get to the word the now. Gonna go ahead and just like grab these colors. This has a much... It's got this really big pink area. I wish... Yeah, we can make the blend go down a whole lot. That's what's gonna help us here. There we go. Whoa, what happened to the word super? It just disappeared. Can I make the gradient maybe go a little less faded on this one too? Ooh, I think that might look good. Yeah, it does look good when I actually let each color stick to a certain corner. There we go. That's looking cool. Alright, turn off our reference. Look how sharp those words look! They look cool! That is awesome. Alright, one other thing I'm going to do on top of these is we're going to add in our metal texture very subtly. So, we're going to put this metal texture in. I'm just going to overlap it. And then... I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. I'm going to make it only visible where the word super is supposed to be visible, and then I have to find some sort of blending mode that looks good. Might do lighten. No, lighten was weird. Lighten I don't like. Overlay? Ooh, overlay's interesting. What about darken? Not darken. No, multiply. Aha. Or just overlay. With a low transparency. That's probably what we're going to end up doing right there. The channel name, well, because now we've got this, it's called JChaseFilms because that's just our marketing style. You know, we just have, every channel we make is going to be JChase and whatever the thing is about. Because we've got a brand. The Halloween episode has been delayed. We will not have it this year, unfortunately. I expressed it a couple times, but I know that it's hard to get everybody in at the stream at the same time, but yeah. I appreciate your guys' encouragement and support about that. But it will happen next year, and it's going to be really big. Like, I'm excited for it. Alright, the word movie now needs to have its little texture. I realize I could almost have done this texture. It's almost not even visible. Yeah, you know what? What we're doing right now... Oh, that's because... There we go. Now it's visible. It legitimately wasn't visible a second ago. That's why. Alright, let's turn back on our reference for a second because I'm trying to get color reference. Yeah, I feel like they darken it up a bit more. And so what we're going to end up doing is do a multiply. And that's getting us closer, but it's getting green. I don't want the green. Ooh, color blurn. Yeah, color blurn. Color burn is a little bit better in getting that, like, blue. There we go. I like that. Alright, we'll move this over. Alright, the texture is applied to all of those words, and now we can make them 3D. And this is the cool part. So I'm going to duplicate one of these, and then I'm just going to focus on it for a second here. So what I need to do now is create what we're going to see on these edges. So the first thing I'm probably going to do that is really carefully, like, focus these colors here. I'd like this color to be this, like, dark gray. I would like the bottom of the word to have a couple of different colors here. It kind of is going to switch throughout. But let's go ahead and get this, like, this reddish color. Yeah, that looks good. And then we've got a greenish on the side here. Oh, okay, we'll put it down here. And on the top side, we're ending with this other gray. So now this is going to be underneath. This is the trick here, is that we have this, like, fake reflectiveness going on. Soundtracks? Oh yeah, we'll get those. I think I have some of those things on this list already. Or maybe I don't. That's interesting. Everybody should be able to add one. We'll have to solve that later. I can't solve it during the stream, unfortunately. Dude, Star Wars SpongeBob trailer would be awesome. I would love to do that. And I don't actually watch Mr. Beast Gaming, no. A whole new game of Super SpongeBob 64. Hello, James Animation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Paris. Soundtrack from Sly, whatever his name is. Alright. Cool. Alright, so now what we have is we've got this one layer that is darker. And we can basically do it. Here's how we do fake 3D, everybody. First, I bring this beneath the other layer. And then all I have to do is go down and to the side and down again. And now, I duplicate this layer and continue to do this. And all I'm doing is creating this whole fake 3D going on here. I'm gonna keep going until it looks... I do need to have the layering go differently, though. As of right now, we have the layers showing from the wrong angle. There we go. There we go. See, this is how you make the fake 3D right here. And what's cool about it is it's actually got some, like... some weird... It's differently shaded on the different sides because we have the bevel on it. Which is helping a lot to give that effect. Is that as thick as we need to make it? I think that is. It's only 6 layers. Alright, but that's perfect. So the word "the" is complete. We're gonna do the same thing with the word "super." Although I might do a slightly different technique, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. Oh! Oh, I know what I can do. I just thought of this now, but I know what I can do. This is a good strategy. I've got a good idea. I did it, everyone. I had a good idea. Maybe. We're going to see if it actually works. If it doesn't work, then I've just celebrated for no reason. We're going to duplicate the word "super." And now I'm going to go ahead and solo it, and we're going to get the right colors on it. Now, it's interesting here that, like, it looks like this is too dark compared to what it needs to be. I think I only need like 1 point up here, and then the other 3 points will be at the bottom. Alright, let me just go ahead and pick them in order. 1, 2, 3, I think that's actually already lined up, and then the 4 is up there. Alright, cool. So 4, I need to have this underneath. Yeah, the word "super" seems to be a lot lighter than the other words. We have this kind of green reflection going on. And then we have a yellow reflection going on. Refraction. And then we've got this other green reflection. But there's also a blue reflection in the middle of that. I don't know if I can replicate all those different things. Why is point number 4 green? Did I mess that up? Maybe. There we go. I wish the yellow was stronger. Can I make the yellow any stronger? I can probably just mix them together more is what I probably have to do. I don't know. Do I want to mix them? Yeah, looks like I have to. Alright, there we go. So that's our underneath layer for the word "super." I'll turn these off and then we'll go ahead and add the fake 3D. I'm out of the water. I'm out of the water. I'll have to get more. I'll get more in a second. Oh, dude, I would love to do a SpongeBob Doctor Who thing. We love Doctor Who. Super 3D. Or hashtag D, because I was holding the capital. 3D. There we go. So here's what I'm going to do. This is a weird tactic, but I think it's going to work. Is I want it to actually scale down a little bit, but I want each of them to have the same level of scaling. So I'm just going to go forward. How many layers do we need? We needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5 layers of the underneath. So all I'm going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now all I have to do is actually take this and get it to the furthest point that I want it to be for the 3D-ness. Which is going to be a little far. We're going to push it over to the side a little bit. Because I do want it to be layered down on the R, but I don't want it to be layered down on the S. So we're going to scale it down. Ooh, there we go. There we go. That's good. So what I've done now is I've made an animation, ironically. And so now it's animating from one point to the other. But if I duplicate this and then keep every individual keyframe that I want, then we have it. So I'm just going to go ahead and like fill in each of this with a keyframe. So this will be our first. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for our bottom one, I'm just going to keep it at its last position. For this one, I'm going to keep it at its second to last position. Oh, it's really hard to delete all these keyframes individually. Yes, I do have the Rainbow Road already on here from Devil Dash. Oh, you asked for Mario Kart 7. Dude, you love all the Rainbow Road soundtracks. I know somebody asked for Devil Dash's Rainbow Road. That's what I have on my list. Is there more than one keyframe there? That was weird. It like looked split up. Alright, now we'll delete everything but that third one. I've never done this technique before, but I think this is actually going to make, like, it's going to be mathematically perfect. Alright, now all we have to do is the last frames here. Yeah, talk about mathematically perfect. Ooh, wow! Wow, that's weird. It's weird because it's so good. Should I change the... I'm wondering if I should change the bevel. Because the left side here is too bright, in my opinion. I don't know if I like how bright that left side is. It almost looks like the bottom side should be brighter, but not over on the top. That's weird. Okay, let me turn off the background reference. Nah, we're good with that, aren't we? Aren't we? Question mark? I don't know. Maybe we should change it a little bit. What I'm gonna do is change it up a little bit on one of them, and then just duplicate that effect over to the rest. That's a little better, maybe. Yep, I'm happy with that. So there we go. We've got this fake 3D effect, and it's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with how that's turning out. And now we just have to do it on the word movie, and we're going to be doing it again on the word SpongeBob, but after we do some stuff, because we have to make sure the outlines are actually shiny and all that stuff. And then we're going to have a giant... One thing that happens in the actual animation is that, first off, there's a lot of layering that happens in the animation. It shows up, like there's this sparkle. I need to get that sparkle, that lens flare. But there's this giant wave of light that shines over everything. That's going to be interesting to do. Also, I need to make a black and white version of the... I think I actually have a black and white version of the JChaseFilms logo. I need one, but I think I have one. Oh no, do I actually have access to that? I should actually in the backup drive. I think I have the black and white version of the JChaseFilms logo. In the backup drive, I was gonna say, that's not everything in the backup drive. Where is it? It's gonna be in... What was the word we worked on? What's the video? What's the video where we had the merchandise at the end of it? That was episode... Yeah, that was episode 10. So I have to go find in... What was it, reference files? No. I don't know where the merch is. Maybe it's under images. Yeah, merch. Here we go. And I believe somewhere in this merchandising folder... Oh, I thought I made a black and white JChaseFilms. Alright, I'll have to find that. Because I think I have that somewhere. But it's just like... I did forget that I made this tiny logo. This is the shortened version of the JChaseFilms. Why is there a tiny little bit of black right there? That's weird. Did I miss something? That seems like I obviously missed something there. Okay, I love when the picture app crashes. I don't know what Welcome to Wayne is. Do you think it's the worst Nicktoons show ever? Well, apparently it's not accepted, huh? Oh, the TARDIS would absolutely be that time machine, yes. If we did a SpongeBob TARDIS thing, or a SpongeBob Doctor Who thing, the TARDIS would be that one elevator that took them to the future.
Well, yeah, it's a time machine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have... Where was that? No, yeah.
As tightly as I was mermaid.
Love it. Alright, we'll get that black and white logo later. So yeah, there's a couple of things here. I will need to make sure that these metal outlines are separated. We're gonna have... So there's also this... We're gonna be faking this shadow that's being cast on the actual letters itself, because these like outlines should be thicker. And then the entire thing needs to scale backwards into space. Alright, but lastly, let's do the movie. The word movie needs to become 3D. And I think I can do the same technique I did on the word super. Let's go ahead and see what the colors are, though, because we need to copy those colors. I keep going for the water. How about this? I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab myself some more water. Oh, and you've got a kitty that just jumped up. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab water, and then we'll continue on this. A season 14 trailer with SpongeBob as David Tennant. Dude, oh my gosh, we are excited about the big special that they're about to have next year because David Tennant is back as the 14th Doctor. Oh, I think it's spoilers, but nonetheless. For the 13 of you who are Doctor Who fans, if you are, I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about having David Tennant back. All right, so I'm going to be right back. I will get some water, and then we will continue on with this. All right, so boom. See you back in a bit. And we're back. And I have water. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make the movie 3D. Which sounds like a much bigger project than I'm making the movie 3D. Alright, we're gonna... how's the bevel gonna look on this? I mean, for the most part, the bevel we have is gonna be okay. I might actually adjust the bevel to be, like, upwards more. 3D. Alright, so the bevel, I'd like to have it directly up. Yeah, I think that's gonna look good. And now let's pick our colors. So, with our 4 colors that we have... oh, the colors are like all the wrong spot, aren't they? Alright, well, we're gonna pick, one to get on the underside of the O. We're gonna have another one be right here, and the rest of them are just gonna be these 3 edges. 3 edges! It's all one edge. But it's the 3 parts of the one edge. It's okay, I make sense, right? Like, I'm not confusing. Alright, I can't see over here. I think for the most part, the color on the bottom of this word is almost all the same throughout. But there's probably a tiny bit of variation, and so that's what we're just going to cover for just in case. I'm actually going to still tilt the... it's just really intense. It's very intense. Maybe 0.2. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it's almost all one color, but I'm fine with that. We can take the blend down a little bit, so now that the colors are actually separated a bit. Put that below, and now we're going to do the same technique we did above, where we're going to do that 3D kind of special effect. So, scale, position, good, you, move, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to go ahead and position it. So it needs to kind of just go, like, down into the side, and then we can scale it. That looks good. Yeah, that's literally perfect. I don't... I couldn't ask for it to be better. Love that. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and just add back in those keyframes in the middle. Lock everything in. And that's just, I accidentally deleted the entire layer. Don't you love when you just accidentally delete the entire thing? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. A favorite fighter from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Oh, dude, I actually, there was a character I was starting to get into the last time I played it. I don't remember who. Might have been Pit. I know I really like, or Meta Knight. I might have been getting into Meta Knight. But I used to always be about like Ness, and I definitely was a lot more of Kirby. Kirby's very fun to use. I really like playing as Kirby. Back in the original Wii, I was definitely Mario. Mario is like my favorite in the original Wii one, and that was just because I think Mario is kind of easy to use a little bit, but not really. I think it's tough to say that any of them are actually easy. It just depends on who you're playing against. Alright, there we go. We've got the 3D text set up for the Mario word, and now we can go ahead and move on to the the movie word. Alright, let's check this out. So far, ooh, that looks good. That looks really good. When the shiny happens, does it shiny on the, like... Okay, so this is interesting. It's not really all that shiny on the bottoms of the word. So that's one thing that I'm going to focus on, is making sure that, like, those are separate layers. Cool, good to know. So then what we're going to do here is just condense down everything else and just keep the top layer. So let's go ahead and bring all this down underneath there. And now we're going to take these and bring it down under there. And I should be able to grab all of that, turn it into one big layer called the Super Movie 3D. And now if I turn this off and on, we just drop out our 3D-ness. For these top ones, I'm going to actually condense them into one layer as well. I accidentally caps locked. Come on. Come on, click correctly. Alright, here we go. I'm going to pre-compose this and just call it nothing because I didn't title it. Let me fix that. Composition settings. The Super Movie. Alright. Yes, a light sweep. Okay, very good. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make one, and we're gonna have to make it all warpy because, like in the original trailer, it's going over this metal texture, and when it does, it looks like cloudy. Like it looks like there's a really cool warping effect, like that metal is like bent up. And there's some easy ways for me to do that, but that's just something I'm gonna have to specifically do to make it look cool. Oh, we're about to get to the phase of coloring up the word SpongeBob. Okay, because let's see here. The bottom, like, 3D-ness is almost like a pure brown gray. I might actually do that first because it's so easy. And then we'll go ahead and do the colors. Yeah, we're gonna save the colors for last. I'm gonna make the word SpongeBob 3D first. Yeah, I'll add those soundtracks in. Oh, getting group chats about planning things. Okay. So how... This is going to be interesting. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's actually going to be very interesting. I feel like what I need to do is I'm going to take the word sponge... Oh, should I do it for both? Oh, maybe I should. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take all of the words for SpongeBob. All of those letters, I'm duplicating it once. I'm going to compose... Just turn that into one layer. And now this one layer is what we're going to use to make all of our 3D stuff. And so I'm going to do basically the same effects I was doing earlier. That 4-color, like the 4-color gradient is really good to give control. Alright, so 4-color gradient. I'm going to solo just this, and oh, look at that. That's what that looks like. Alright, I'm also going to take the reference here and reset it. Boom. There we go. Boom! Alright, because we're only seeing the undersides, I'm going to focus these colors on the bottom sides of the word. So, the blue, I would like it to make this, like, it's got this, like, kind of reflective brown going on. The purple is a really dark color over here. Over here, we've kind of got just these other grayish colors. Pretty simple all throughout. It's interesting that it looks brighter in the middle. I wonder if, actually, it just is brighter in general in some places. This is weird. So maybe, oh, I think the blending is up too high, that's why. There we go. So if I turn the blending down a little bit, I wish I had a 5-color gradient. Maybe I just need to take this one here and push this one up. Ooh, no, we'll keep this one on the bottom. There we go. Alright, which point is this? This is the top point. I'm gonna select this brighter gray in the middle. Alright, I think that's good. I might turn the blending up a bit, blend it all together a bit more. But I think I like that color. So, all we have to do now is do the same animation thing we did earlier, but probably with more steps. I don't think this is going to be only 5 layers. I feel like it's going to be a lot more than 5. Let's guess maybe 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you watch anime? Yeah, no, like I have never seen anime shows, really. I've seen anime movies, and they're all, you know, classic Studio Ghibli films. And I love the Studio Ghibli films. My favorite one... my favorite one is still probably Spirited Away. I love Spirited Away. Why is this that many frames? What's happening here? Composition settings. I hate when it starts on not 0. Please start at 0. There we go. So it's on 10 right now, which means I need to push it one more further. Yeah, to 11. Alright, and now we're just going to drag this down. Try to line it up with as far down as all these letters go. And then we're going to scale it down. So it looks like it's going away into 3D space. Ooh, that's starting to look good. Alright, pulling it down. Alright, focused on that. Alright, so now the only thing that I have left to do is add in the bevel, because right now all of the edges are the same brightness, and that doesn't look good. So I think it looks like we're going to end up making the bottom of them brighter than everything else. Because when we look at these letters, it looks like the bottom is brighter and then it gets dark on these side edges. Same thing down here. Yeah, it looks like so the bottom edge is the brightest. And it looks like it's directly below. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Go to our bottom layer here, get our bevel. Bevel alpha. So this is how you fake 3D, is it's just a bunch of beveling and and doing fancy things. Alright. I don't want it to be that strong though. Yeah, 0.1 might be all we need. And then even then, there we go. I'm trying to figure out how to do this in a way that I'm going to be happy with. And it might be that I actually have to split this up. Because my problem is that the letters on this side aren't going to do what I want them to do. So, I'm going to have 2 versions of this layer that we're going to combine together. Oh dear, how do I do this? What I'm going to do instead is pre-compose, but leave all the attributes here. Oh, yeah, no. Alright. So we're going to take these effects, cut them out, and paste them inside here. Now I can do whatever I want to. So we're gonna have two different versions of it, and we're gonna cut it off in the center. So I'm literally gonna cut it right here on like the little line under the O, and then maybe also like keep that cut going over here too. I know this is weird and I'm not really explaining it, but I just have I realize what I want to do, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Alright, there we go. So this is our right side, and for the right side, I basically want the shadows to be visible on the inside here, so we're actually gonna point the light the opposite direction. And then for the left side, we're gonna point it, again, the other opposite direction. Yeah, something like that. Now, does this work in the middle? I feel like it's actually not working in the middle. Can I fade this? And is that going to work? Oh! Yeah, the fade kind of works. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Alright, let's go back to our layer here. And now we can do our 3D effect and we're done. Well, then we have to get to color it. Does that look small enough in the back? Or should it get smaller? Like, that's a very sharp angle that they have in the original. Yeah, the original has a lot sharper of angles. So we're gonna make this smaller. Gosh, that makes the top of it get really low. Alright, that looks good. Last thing I'm going to do is go in here and make the word sponge get a little higher, probably. Just because I don't like how low it's getting outside. I can't actually do that now that I think about it. Oh, if I do that, it's going to mess everything up. Alright, we're just going to have to sit the way it is. You know, no one's going to critique it that badly, so it's going to be okay. You will? You know what I'll have to do instead? Yeah, because I don't like it, I'm just going to do this. Turn off everything. And then solo this, and we're gonna separate the two words and have them actually scale at different levels. Because I don't like how low the sponge is getting, and the problem it's getting that low. It's only getting that low because it's attached to the bob. But the bob, I like where it is right now. So we're just going to separate the two. And then subtract. Boom. Move this up instead. Alright. There we go. Now I'm able to manually fix it. Perfect. All right. Now I'm just gonna pre-compose these two together. So the last thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and do that effect where we duplicate the layer a bunch, but we're gonna do it with the time scale now. Time enabled time remapping. Click that one there. Where's the end of this? I don't want it to continue progressing. All right. Go through and click, click. Click. Oh yeah, there's a lot more layers. I forgot how many layers I made for this. Hello, welcome Bangity. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's gonna look really good once we actually put all these together. Once it's actually put together, it's gonna be good. So we have to duplicate this 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go to the bottom. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and press U on all of these. First off, we delete that one. Then we delete all of the ones above for that last keyframe, and we're gonna keep going in this like. Oh gosh, I need to not move them in time. I love how this sounds like Mario underwater music. It's not, though. Alright, up again. Delete. Just making stair steps out of the keyframes here. Blimey, governor. Did I mess something up? Why is it not lined up right? I'm actually really confused at why that didn't work right. Did I make one fewer than I was supposed to? Oh, because I actually have 11 layers. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate the top one once more. So I made one more than I thought I was going to, which is fine. Now I'm going to delete the inverted shapes of these. This might make 0 sense, but trust me, it makes sense. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. This isn't Flash. This is After Effects, and it's the latest version. We have the subscription to always have the updated versions. So I think at this point yeah, it's just 2022. They stopped giving version names, and now it's just named after the year. But yeah. But our Flash is similar. Well, our Flash is called Adobe Animate now, and it's also probably named after the year. Yeah, that's all they do nowadays. They got boring, and they're just naming stuff after the year that it's released.
It's easier to know which one's the most updated that way, though.
It is. It definitely is, because they're doing updates. So, oh, there we go. Look at that fake 3D. That worked out really surprisingly well. So I actually am noticing that there is a stair step, unfortunately. I didn't make enough layers. So there's two solutions to this. Either A, I add in a radial blur, which I can try that really quick. So let's try adding a radial blur. I want it to be in the zoom, and then I only want it to be like 1 pixel. And the center point. I don't even know where the center point is for this. Where's the center point? Probably down. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to put in a little bit of extra effort to make this work. Ooh, or you know what I think I can do to solve this really quicker? No, I can't fix that. The stair stepping. The stair stepping is gonna be that way. Or is it? Oh. Yep, I just have to undo. Alright, this might be something that I end up doing a little bit later. Now that I know that I have to kind of... I wanted to have that done, but I think we have to wait to do that later. Alright. Instead, let's go to the colors now. We're going to go ahead and make all the colors for the actual title itself. And so what I'm going to end up doing is probably turning off everything but the title itself. That way we can focus on it. So we're going to turn off the super movie and all that. And we just did the letters. Okay. Hoo-hoo. Interesting. I'm going to start by... I realize I don't like the gray for how we need to do this. Thank you. So I'm going to change this color for every letter to white, because this is going to help us with the special effects in a second. Because we need to have a pure black and white letter. That way we can isolate the black lines. So just going down the line, turning all these white. We thought of doing the Plankton's Cousins as the Koopa army, but we have a better solution that works better for the size difference here. And also might be easier for us because it's like the shapes will be the same and we can just change the colors and it'll look good. Compared to with Plankton's Cousins, they have a ton of different character designs. But what we're going to do is a bunch of fish characters in mind control chum bucket helmets. That's what we're going to do. Which allows us to probably make only like 3 models, and then, well, if the models is a tough word to use when there's so many different angles of them, but nonetheless, we can have like 3 different versions of the character drawing, and then just do a bunch of color changes, and then boom, we have an army. Yeah, 1985 for Super Mario. So I'm going to duplicate these layers, duplicate, merge it together, pre-compose, and we'll call this SpongeBob Outline. Actually, could I have made the I wonder if I could have made that transparent. I don't know, actually. It's a really good question if I could have made... Because that could make our lives easier, is if I was able to make this... Oh, I can actually. Here's what I can do. I can go into the actual layers here and make it have no fill at all. So just delete the fill. And then it's just an outline. Oh, but I realized why that doesn't work is because of the overlap. So what we're doing right now is actually what we're supposed to do. We're good. We are good. Alright, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and... now I just have to actually make this like metal texture area here. So it's slightly beveled, which is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and layer. New, solid. And I'm just going to make it like a light gray to get us like started in that area. And then we're going to have this be a Luma inverted matte. Oh, you're going to do that to me, huh? Alright, can I invert the colors to make this work the way I want it to? Because it's not working the way I want it to. What is happening? Yes, still working on it. Dude, this is what my entire career is here. It's just constantly working on something for long amounts of time.
Even though you guys watch this, I don't think you fully appreciate how long all of this stuff takes.
It takes forever. So it's weird that it's not actually pure white. Why is it not pure white? What's wrong with the stroke color? Was that not pure black? It was barely not pure black. Okay, fine. We're gonna add a contrast of... Oh my gosh. The levels of, like... The things I have to add onto this just to make this work. Alright, contrast. Come on. Pump it up. Pump it up. We're black and white yet? There we go. Ridiculous! Ridiculous that I have to do that. What do you mean fix? We're doing good. I'm making progress. I don't really see anything that needs to be fixed right now. But if you have some, you can just type it out in the chat if you had an idea. I'll accept any, like, yeah, tips that you might know that can help improve it in any way, but, like... I am... Oh, we're seeing the letters behind it is what we're seeing. That's what was confusing me. Cool. Okay. That is fine by me. I'm okay with that as a thing. Alright, so now we actually have the outline, which means if I solo it... Okay, good. That is exactly what I was looking for. So I can pre-compose this one more time, and now we have this bunch of outline. Alright, so now if I solo... This is what I'm interested in, is if I put a bevel on this, is the bevel actually going to stay on the outline? I don't know if it's going to work this way. Oh, it did! I'm actually really happy about that, because that makes my job a whole lot easier. Immediately that, like, looks good. It actually looks like it's like an edge now, which is very, very helpful. Yeah, using track mats. Well, that's what I just did, is I actually just used a track mat to get that main color there. I used a Luma mat for that one. But man, I'm so happy with this final effect. The way that everything overlaps here looks really good. All right, so now we have to pick the colors. Now we have more letters than the original Super Mario Bros. So we're gonna figure that out. I guess we'll just start correctly and then go from there. So let's go ahead and just like red, green, and I'll make the actual letters empty in a second, because right now we don't actually have them being empty in the middle. Yellow. So there's kind of, there's a gradient on each of these There's a gradient on each of the letters, and so I'm gonna have to kind of, I've got a trick of how I'm gonna do that. Oh, I wonder if I can do it over the whole thing. Probably not. I want to be very careful with making sure the colors look good. I'm very persnickety about how we do our movie trailer parody titles.
Why these videos take so long?
Hey now. But I'm very careful of the titles because I want them to look a certain way. What's the next color that we should do? We can either jump. So we've already used green twice. We can go back to red at the end with the E. Let's try a red E. Sure, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Oh, don't touch that jellyfish, you'll die would have been a good one though. That would have been good.
I thought about making the mushrooms jellyfish.
Yeah.
But I thought patties worked better for the crusty crab aspect.
Yes, it definitely did. And so I guess, do we want to incorporate another green? I might skip the green and go straight to yellow. Yeah, we're gonna have this last B. Since we have less letters in the bottom, we're gonna go ahead and just do another yellow. Ooh, is that even good? Oh, I don't know if the yellow works next to the red that well. I think they intend... With the exception of this, I think they actually separate the yellow and the red for a specific reason. It doesn't look right. Then maybe instead, let's make the B red. Gotta experiment now. Gotta experiment to see what's gonna look good. But now we're missing... Oh no! Now we're missing blue. Let me maybe make the first one blue. Why did it turn red like that? Is that good? Question mark? Do we like that? That looks pretty good. I like that spread of color. What is the benefit of cheese?
Protein.
Yeah, it's got some protein.
Vitamins, minerals.
It does have vitamins, minerals, and to a certain degree, dairy also is just in general part of...
It's delicious.
It is, yes, many types of cheeses can be very tasty. Some cheeses are very bitter. But yeah, it's a creamy factor, I think, for a lot of different things, especially when you're adding it into a full meal. Okay, so I like that. Let's go ahead and actually change this up now to where we actually have hollow, like, spots in here. Alright, so shape 1, I'm going to delete the outline because I don't want that to show up. And then I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I just realized a cool technique I can do. I'm excited to do that. Calcium, that's the other thing, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a vitamins slash mineral.
It is a vitamin slash mineral. Yeah, well, it's not really official. The games showcase Mario coming from multiple different places. And so the two main things is either A, he's from Italy, or B, he's from New York. And the reason why he's from New York is because he exists in the game Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong takes place on a construction site in New York. So that's like the reason why Mario is most often represented as an Italian plumber in New York, is because of Donkey Kong. Which means we might see, you know what? We might see Donkey Kong, like Donkey Kong's gonna be in the movie voiced as Seth Rogen. He might be at the very beginning. And then not in the rest of it. He might be in the New York area. What do you think? Oh, okay, we're talking about making guesses for the movie. I bet you their post-credit scene is gonna incorporate Wario and Waluigi. Like, they won't show up in the whole movie, but they show up as that post-credit. I really would like to turn these shapes. It's unfortunate that I have to just delete the shapes. That's fine. Alright, we're going to turn it to masks, and we're going to mask out this center area. I just don't want it. I don't want it! Cheesecake? Cheesecake is delicious. I haven't had cheesecake. Oh, I've had cheesecake actually pretty recently.
You don't have cheesecake very often.
No.
I don't like cheesecake.
Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and fix up this one as well. Shape 2 is non-existent now. Hey, I didn't want that. I wanted to get rid of the stroke.
That's so bad.
Yes, it's not good. Don't get it. That, delete these. This is just like the bookkeeping now, where I have to optimize everything and get ready for the actual effect. Although I can probably start the effect on... Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and just fix everything before I start the effect. The Halloween video is delayed until next year. I know people are jumping in at different times, so I have to keep saying that. But basically we realized that we weren't able to finish it in time, and the only reason why we chose to delay it is because there's a secret in it that we haven't even told you about that makes it an actually really big video. And it's something that you'd want us to spend time on, and it being rushed would be pretty disappointing. So that's why. It is indeed delayed. It does. And we're trying to do it the right way. But right now that's actually going to be our next Halloween. It's going to be uploaded next Halloween, is what's going to happen. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. And also, it's going to give us a nice time, like, because we're still going to end up finishing it up over the next few months. So we're just going to have a completed video in our, like, in our vault until next Halloween. But that means that next year, during the wintertime, when we're working on other videos, we're going to have, like, a video every month. I can't promise you anything, but, like, we'll have the opportunity to get a lot of videos out at the end of next year, with that Halloween video just in the bank, ready to be uploaded. And we're working on something else at the same time. Alright, for most of these, I can just go ahead and go through here, and this is a bit faster. So just delete that.
He wears his glasses because he can't see.
Yeah, no, it's not eye protection. The glasses help me see. Without them, I don't see very well. Everything's blurry. Alright, gonna go ahead and mask this out. Eye protection would be a humorous reason. Just like, you never know! They might attack at any moment. Sometimes it doubles as eye protection, though. It's always funny when you're doing something like, you know, and they're like, alright, everybody put on eye protection. Unless you already have glasses, then you're fine.
It was funny, I went to the dentist and they offered me, they like pulled out their pair of glasses for eye protection. And they were like, oh, I guess you don't need these.
Man, when it comes to liquid, like the dentist, I'll still put on the extra pair of eye protection. I don't like...
You have smaller glasses than I do,
You,
though.
yeah, my glasses are smaller than yours.
My glasses are very protecting.
One big thing also that you never think about is like when you have a lot of wind, glasses end up kind of protecting for the most part from your eyes from the wind, which is interesting. I actually haven't seen the Glass Onion trailer. That's the sequel to Knives Out.
I didn't know there was.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've seen some set photos from it, so I know it takes place on like there's like a yacht. I think the entire film takes place on a yacht.
It's gonna be like murder mystery.
Yes.
Which is a good freaking movie.
Dude, Just because if you have an early... That's the thing. The main reason why we didn't finish our Halloween video is because we don't want to upload a video on Halloween. The Halloween season is already ending. The day that Halloween happens, people have forgotten about Halloween. They're thinking about Thanksgiving. They're thinking about Christmas immediately. So, like, next year, when we upload the Halloween video, we want to upload it in early October. Like, the first week of October. The earlier you get it out, the better, because spooky season is already, like, in full swing. Alright. Oh, the last letter. I nearly forgot to do the S, and then we can go ahead and do all this fun shading. Get the cool stuff, instead of just me messing around the layer structure. Alright. So there's two things I want to try to fix. There is the really cool, like... Oh! I know how I want to do this. Am I ready to do... Oh, wait. The bob on the bottom is not fixed. Can I just copy the masks from one B to the other? I think it'll work. Yes, it will. I could probably copy the mask for the O, too. That makes this very quick. Good. Alright, so these are all settled now. The letters are colored. The only other thing I have to do now is all that cool shading. So I'm going to actually condense all of this into one layer. Pre-compose. SpongeBob fill. Great. Now we can do all the fun shading. So the first thing I'm going to do is duplicate this, and I'm going to darken down things. So I'm just going to go brightness and contrast. I'm trying to think about how I want to do this specifically. Because basically I can use... The reason it's darker is it's darker around like the edges of the letter. So I can take the outline and use an inner and outer effect. The inner-outer key is really cool because what it'll do is I can expand it to a negative thinning. And that makes things thick, but that didn't actually work too well. Let me do a lesser amount of it. That just makes it look glitchy. Alright, there we go. So maybe a negative 10, actually. It's not going to be all that big. A negative 10. Yeah, there we go. So it extends the actual shape of it outwards, and then I can feather it from there. In fact, I'm not even going to feather it because I want the main part of it to... Let me fill this with one color because it's really awkward to look at right now. So fill it with one color. There we go. That's what I want to look at. Why does this look like Roblox? So we're going to do a fast blur and just add a top layer blur to everything here. So now we can use this as a mask for where it gets darker. With an alpha matte. Perfect. Now if I... Let me just try something. If I just brightness and contrast and bring this down, this might just work. Oh, that's starting to look good. Maybe we'll add the contrast up. I want to match what they did with their original colors here. So maybe we'll do saturation up as well. Okay. And then the other thing we can do is just fade this in a little bit more. And then I think the last thing I can do is, just because it's getting a little too dark in some areas, I'm just going to brighten up some areas by removing this effect entirely. So on the tops of the words, I'm just going to remove that. Ooh, that's looking good. That is looking good. All right, we're going to duplicate this mask again. And now we're going to do the same effect on the top. Yeah, just brightening up the tops of the letters looks really good. That's actually surprising how good that looks already. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's getting closer to... I'm gonna fine-tune this a little bit. I think I took off too much shadow from the tops of these letters. So I'm gonna let the mask go down a little bit. I might feather it too. Might feather it more. Alright, that's looking good. Bob.
We honestly don't have a square inch of space left in the car.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thanksgiving does happen in different places around the world. Because Thanksgiving, yeah, I mean, there are like harvest festival type celebrations everywhere in the world, but like our American Thanksgiving is based off of a different specific date.
I think Canadian has already happened.
Yeah, that's what they said. Now the other thing we have in the original title is this cool harsh line that is being made because the actual outline is supposed to be thicker. So we're gonna see if we can replicate that as well, using again some more alpha matte kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use the outline as it is. Duplicate that, bring it down, and boom. All right. I'm gonna remove these masks this time because I kind of want it to just be fully dark. I just drop this down and make it transparent. Ooh, that's starting to work good. I think also scaling it down will help. Oh, that's a bit too much scaled down, but that's definitely helping. So this to be a very slight scale down. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely doing the job. The only other thing I could do is maybe do a very small amount of blur. That way it kind of looks like it's shading through. Ooh, maybe. Can I do less than a pixel? Let's do like 0.5 of a pixel. Because that blur is a really, really strong. 0.2 of a pixel? 0.1 of a pixel! 1/10 of a pixel. Okay, that looks good. That's looking really good. Look, that's looking really dynamic now. I'm pretty happy with this final effect. There's also the metal texture I need to add over top. So let's go ahead and go add this metal texture. Where's the metal texture? Here it is. We're gonna add this in. Duplicate. It's only gonna show up under that. Oh, okay. Alright. So right now the metal texture looks ugly. So let's figure out a way to make this look good. Actually, I'm just going to go through... What is it? Is it Shift Plus? Yeah, Shift Plus is going to cycle through the different modes. We're just going to keep going until there's one I like. That one's kind of nice and subtle. Color burn? Alright, well, remember, color burn is a good one. That doesn't look good. Ooh, those are ugly. That? Add. Okay, color burn and add are both interesting. Ooh, but color mode... Okay, color burn and screen are my two favorites right now. Oh, that one's good. Overlay does a very good job of being very non-intrusive. I'm just going to keep overlay on it right now, because overlay is really good. And then probably what I'm going to do is we're going to do screen mode next. And here's what I want to represent, because there's a couple of spots in the original, they have like these shiny bits. So we're just going to represent that shiny bits here, and we're going to do that manually. So right over here on the B, I'm just going to... I'm going to make a little squiggle. There's a little squiggle blob. We're going to do one maybe up on like this O area as well. Just make some squiggle blobs. All good. Yeah, turkeys are bigger than chickens. And they have cool tail feathers. Any other spots that I could add that cool reflective? It seems to be kind of soloed in a certain area. So I think the only other thing I might add is like a tiny bit here, as if it was almost a connecting line throughout. So there's this kind of like line going through the center here. Maybe I'll add one right over here. I might not like this other one, we'll see. Alright, now I'm going to take every single one of those and feather it a ton, because I don't want that to be too... Ooh, maybe? We're going to roughen edges as well. I did it on the wrong layer. Roughen edges is a neat technique. As you can see, it kind of creates a roughened edge. And I can actually make it soft too somehow. I know there's a way to do it. how do I make it? Sharpness, edge sharpness. There we go. So I can do a 0 on the edge sharpness, and boom. That is good. I think the last thing I can do now is the mask actually going in and out. With the expansion. I don't know if I like the expansion going out. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so that's done on the major texture here. It actually looks really good. The only thing I think we're missing is the fact of how the yellow gets kind of orangey. I wish we could make the yellow more orangey. Let's see if we can. And the blue is supposed to get dark. Oh, you know what we're missing is like, there's these actual cool cast shadows that are happening. We don't have that at all. So we're gonna replicate that. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna do that in a very simple way. I'm going to go ahead and take the fill again, duplicate it once more, bring it to the top. We have a lot of layers. And what I'm going to do is a change to color. This is a very simple effect that I'm doing here. I'm just going to take the yellow and I'm going to turn it into this orange, this kind of dark, cool color. So now we're literally perfectly matching the colors here. I'm going to add another change to color. Let's change the red into whatever this dark red is. I don't think that barely made a difference. It's... Oh, because we're only doing hue. Let's do hue, lightness, and saturation. Hue, lightness, and saturation. Well, any animal out in nature can be dangerous. I don't know why it's taking that color like that. We're going to turn the greens into a dark green. And then lastly, we're going to get the blues. So since I'm perfectly picking every shadow color, this should work exactly like we want it to. Alright, there we go. Shadow colors have been picked. We have a shadow SpongeBob. And now we have another layer of the outline. I'm going to go ahead and do an alpha matte on this. Bring down this outline here. And then what I think I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do a directional blur up and down. So we're going to make this have maybe a blur length of like 10. And then lift up the layer a little bit. That's starting to work. I'm just gonna add a fast blur on top of this. Ooh, but not that much, just like a 1 pixel blur. That's surprisingly working well. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy what that does. Yeah, that adds a really cool shot. That is super cool how that works. Okay, I'm very happy with that effect. I don't like how the B is looking a little bit not as strong. And I wish I could solve that, but I don't think I have the ability to. Although... maybe. Okay, no, I think what my solution should be instead is instead of it being based off of an outline, it should be based off of its own fill. So we're gonna take the fill down. Do a alpha inverted. I just need to see it. I can't see what I'm moving here. There we go. Aha! That's what I actually need. Kind of. Maybe I need both put together. So we have that version, and then I'm just going to copy these effects that I put here onto that layer. And maybe both together are going to work well. It's a little too strong now. Is one better than the other? Oh, I I see how they work together in a nice way. 50% opacity. Alright, so we're just taking the opacity down on both, and I think we're done. That is a pretty high quality title card right there. I'm really happy with that. Alright, so now what we're going to end up doing is just crushing all these layers together. We don't need these layers to be separate anymore. Is this our bottom layer? It is. We're good with that. We'll not worry about that. The almighty SpongeBob movie. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I've never done a Super Mario title font like this before. SpongeBob 3D layer, and then this is the start of all these other ones. So, do I need... Not really. Yeah, I can just combine all of this and be done with it. I'll duplicate the SpongeBob fill just in case, and then keep that as a masking layer. But outside of that, I can just combine all of this into SpongeBob fill. And I'm going to rename this as SpongeBob fill mask. Okay, now we have 2 layers. Or 4 layers, actually. We have the 3D background of the Super movie. We have the outline separated from... Oh, look at that. That's such a weird effect when we remove the metal, like, ring. And it's just revealing the shadows and the weird glitchy edges in between. That's funny. The secrets beneath. So now when we have this shining light, it's going to end up getting... It's gonna light up only these like outside edges, or at least it's gonna light them up more. So I think what we're gonna end up doing to do this little light span thing is I think there actually is an effect to do it, isn't there? What's it called? Light wave or something? Light sweep. I might do light sweep. The question is if I can do it on its own layer, like if I do a layer new and a black solid layer. Oh, it's causing a weird... That's interesting. Alright, yeah, let's check it out. Light sweep. I don't normally use this effect. I normally actually just create the light sweep myself. Sharp, smooth. Linear. Interesting. Let's do smooth, I think. We're gonna make it very intense to start just because I can. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. I'm actually going to take this layer over into... actually, I can take all these layers into our actual scene layer, because this is the layer where we're going to do the animation in. Because we've got the logo. I'm just going to copy that and paste it into this one. I'm going to minimize this and kind of use it as a reference here, because I have no idea what the pacing is for this flash of light. Alright, so it starts on the edge there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and right from the get-go do a screen mode here so I can kind of see the difference of where this is. And then we're just going to push this to the side, push it right off the edge, and then we're going to animate it over top of the text. Alright, so keyframe there, please. Maybe slightly earlier, actually. Alright, let's watch this reference. So it starts to hit it there. It goes over. It's very blue now that I look at it. It actually has a blue tint to it. It goes off the edge. And it's entirely off the... It's nearly entirely off. Is there 2 waves of it, or am I just looking at it weird? No, we're okay. Yeah, so it gets entirely off the logo right around there. So I'm gonna go ahead and minimize this. I think I need to make it thicker. I don't think it's actually thick enough. I'm trying. So this is the intensity. I don't want the intensity to go up and the width to be different. There. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. There we go. Happy with that. Move it on over. It gets off the logo. All is said and done. Perfect. Now we have an animated sweep, but we gotta make it fancier than that. This isn't fancy enough yet. Our biggest problem is making it actually look warbled as it goes over the thing. And I think we can solve this pretty simply. I'm not sure if I can do it without having to pre-compose first, but I'm gonna try. Turbulent displace. Turbulent displace is gonna start giving us some warble. Oh, it's giving us warbles! Alright, let's take the size down a whole lot. And this is gonna give us a lot of these... Ooh, the warbles are cool. I think we can take the size down to like 15. Ooh, maybe a little bit bigger than that, like 20. Okay. And then the amount of warbling is what's going to make this more or less noticeable. So I can go down to 50 and it's less noticeable. But if I go ahead and pan through here, we should see that the light is actually passing over these warbled areas. And it's not like it's not staying the same kind of warble all throughout. It just has certain areas that are going to be brightened in certain ways at certain times. I love this. This is great. I do have to add the blue shine. You are very correct. I'm wondering if I can find that... Because that's always the funniest kind of effect to have to accomplish, is it's called a lens flare. I'm wondering if somebody has, like, a lens flare effect that doesn't animate. So here's the problem with lens flare effects. Most of the time when you find these assets online, it's an animation of it going left to right, which is entirely not helpful. What I would like is to get an asset... There we go, this might be it. I just need to shine and start up. Ooh. The end of it is perfect, though. I'm gonna have to... I don't need whatever they put at the start of this. This weird, like, flash thing is weird. But I can use from the point where it's the biggest, and then when it animates down to small. So we're gonna download this YouTube video is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna refresh the page because I keep... I like, immediately try to undo this thing. Alright, here we go. And I'm going to intentionally not click their download link because I trust no one on the internet. We'll download it straight to our downloader. I have this under reference files. I don't want that under reference files. You know, I'd put this under video, I guess, and then we'll put it under stock footage. This is actually the first time I've found a good version of this. It's actually, again, it's really hard to find somebody who makes a lens flare thing that doesn't have it animating from side to side. It's so hard. Like, you can't center it when somebody does that. Alright. Let's go ahead and put it on a black background. Perfect. I will... Yeah, the Super Mario Movie 3D thing is not fixed yet. Oh no, it's the SpongeBob. The SpongeBob 3D. Which I didn't actually bring into this area. Even though I haven't finished the SpongeBob 3D, I want to have this in this layer because it's going to be important. Alright, there we go. Fixed that. Alright, so... I'll just ignore that for now. So we have the blue shine that comes in, which we're going to fix totally fine. I'm going to... I'm gonna reset this scale here. Reset this. Let's just. Okay, I wanna like piece by piece look at this, but it's like rendering slowly. So the full effect is the very first thing we see. Oh, and I don't want to hear the music. Very first thing is that blue shine. It's like pure bright at that time. Mario Bros comes in, and then it's revealed Super Mario movie. Like that actually takes a while to get revealed. And there's an interesting, there's like a tinier. Oh, you know what's interesting about this? The shine. The shine is sharper than I have it right now. That's for sure. But look at how cool the shine is on the top there. The shine is a really cool texture on that top. So it looks like once the word Super Movie shows up, that's when the shininess is the brightest on the outline. Because we've got a couple of things going on here. We've got, I think I can do this with just a black outline, like a black layer fading in everything. And then the outline layer that is getting impacted by the shininess can be separate from that. Look at it go. Alright, so before I animate all the motion of it, we can actually do all this fading and outlines first. So, I'm going to take the Super Movie. We're going to put the Super Movie behind all this stuff. SpongeBob outline. We're going to duplicate the SpongeBob outline and put it on a alpha matte for this. So now, as of right now, we have... Oh, is it not working? Oh, Luma. There we go. Yeah! Alright, so that's the beginning of our process, is we've got... Oh, it's still kept at the end. Alright, well let me fix that a little bit. We're gonna put it farther, and then move it farther. At the end, does it stay as well? No, we're good. So that's our starting animation of just that going. Which is great. I'm really loving that. Gonna do the same thing with the rest of it, probably, but not just yet. Actually, you know what I can do is just duplicate this. Yeah. I know very much nothing about the band Queen. I know their music and nothing else. Alright, so I think I need to make it... let's just go ahead and add that layer of black. It's going to fade everything in. There, new, solid. Layer of black. Perfect. And let's see what the fade-in's like. So it's completely invisible here. And then it should be completely visible right around there. I don't know if there's really going to be any easing or if it just looks like kind of that's it. Alright, so turning off the reference here, let's check out our fade in. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. I like that. Looking back at the reference now. So even at the end, though, the highlights are still brighter. So it's like... I need to find a way to make those highlights still brighter at the end. Because right now they're not. They're very bright at the beginning. They're not bright once everything is full brightness. And it might just be... You know, well, just a brightness fix will fix that, won't it? How bright do we need to make this? To actually make it visible? Like, at the end here... Oh gosh, there's like a much darker gray amongst everything else, isn't there? So I just need to make everything else a little bit darker of a gray. Alright, well that's gonna be easy because I can just do the brightness and contrast on it in inverse. We'll go like -10. Or more. I don't want to go too far. Oh, that's actually visible though. The other thing I can do is add a glow effect to it. And by adding this glow effect, it's gonna really shine. Woo! Oh, I did it to the wrong one. Woo! Oh, that's cool. That's what was missing. And now if I put this black on top, I'm wondering if this is gonna do what we want. Ooh, kind of. Kind of. Add one more layer on top, bring it over top this whole thing. I'm going to take down the brightness entirely. The glow is still there though. Let's bring the glow intensity down to like 0.2. Yeah, that's good. And now I'm going to tritone. This is kind of like a tint effect, but the goal, which it's not doing, the goal is to kind of get it closer to the blue that we see at the beginning. When this starts fading in, it actually has this like cool blue color. And so we're just gonna grab that color. Ooh, let's see what it looks like. Okay, let's bring the vibrance on this up a bit. So the blue is like not bright enough to really make an impact yet. So I'm just gonna brighten this up a little bit. We're gonna keep going until it's bright enough that it works. But I think that might work. So we start off, we have that bright area there, and then from this point forward, I'm just gonna fade out from this blue and reveal the white outline. A lot of fading, a lot of crazy, fun, fancy stuff here. I could stylize the glow. I've actually never really done too many, like, stylized glows before. Oh, but that's looking good. So now we've got it starts off with that blue tint, fades into the white. I feel like sooner. Maybe all I have to do, instead of fading it with transparency, because that's what I'm doing is making it transparent, I actually just need to adjust the tritone. So like around this point, the tritone should be pure white. Yeah, that fixes that a bit better. Ooh, that's so cool! What a cool reveal. Alright, so now I actually have to add the highlights to the words Super Movie, The, and SpongeBob. I could have just said it in the order that they're listed, but oh well. Yeah, that is a perfect edge highlight. So we're gonna go ahead and just duplicate. Is this the one here? Yeah, that's the one. So we'll take that over the SpongeBob fill. And I think all I'm gonna do is do a Lumimat and brighten it up. Because it needs to still fade in with the rest of the words. It doesn't need to actually be... Oh, is that what I want? Is that good? It's nearly good. I think I want to actually adjust the light sweep itself. Maybe take down the thickness. Whoa, when you make it really thin, it was like... Oh my gosh, that's like a pixel. Actually, that might be good for the top. I'm gonna make a light texture is what I'm gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do something fancy. Can I do something fancy? Yeah, I'll do something fancy. We're gonna do that one. We're gonna duplicate. We're gonna take this one and just like offset it to the left. Oh, but this isn't shining on the word super in movie. How to fix? I might just need to not have these active just yet. Yeah. Let's just look at these as they are. Screen mode. Alright, so we have two of these little lines. I was trying to get this kind of cool, shiny thing going on. Let's get the main one put in here as well. So the main one I want to be much thicker, but I just didn't want... Yeah, I didn't want it to be too thick, because it looks like it's... Maybe I don't want it to be smooth. I'm not sure what I want. Let's get the intensity up on it. Okay, that's starting to look like something. So now I can kind of offset these weird shiny ones. And we'll go ahead and make the width a little bit bigger for this one. Take this one and just like plop it down a little bit. So now I've added a texture into this whole thing. The only other thing I could do is maybe make them brighter. Because there's like a lot of layers going on here. Let's just make the intensity brighter. Does it not want to go any brighter than that? Like that's the brightest it's going to let it go. That might just be what it's like, what it's going to settle with. Love this music. Alright, I'm going to fade this to like 50% opacity is what I'm going to do. Like move it to the side. I believe this is our big one? Yeah, the big one. It's the big one! Oh, there's our texture. That's exactly what I was looking for. I'm gonna merge all this together. Pre-compose. Perfect. Finally got the texture I was looking for. Now that that is settled, we have this SpongeBob fill. Where's this SpongeBob fill that has like the shininess in it? Did I delete that by accident? I might have. So I'm gonna take the SpongeBob fill, I'm gonna duplicate that. I'm gonna take the Super Movie and duplicate that, combine them together. Pre-compose, we're good. And now we're gonna make a highlighted layer by really making them shiny, maybe even adding a glow. Is that working well? Yeah, there we go. And go ahead, we'll add the glow too. You're going crazy with this a little bit. No, we probably aren't going to have any 3D animation in this one. I think this one, we might utilize 3D only as a reference. Like, for the big ship, for example, I might end up having, like, a really, like, simple 3D model that we use to reference for our, like, tracing and whatnot. But I think this project is going to look a lot more like the, I mean, in general, like the Spider-Man one. You know, it's like 2D backgrounds, 2D foregrounds. We won't actually have anything that's actual 3D in it. Alright, so Lua that on that. Oh, the texture on that is so cool. What happens when it... Oh, I don't like how the glow interacts with those little edges there. Alright, well, we just don't have a glow. Dang, that's cool. So here's what I can do. I just realized what I can do. With this top layer, I wanted the super to have more texture, and here's exactly how I can do it. Is I can make this main glow less powerful on the top only. So I'm just gonna make a mask, make it a subtract mask, and feather it. And now we have a lot more of a textured light only on the top. So... Oh, that's starting to become visible. There we go. So now the word super actually has its cool... Ah, that's awesome! I was really trying to get the word super to have that cool textured shine like the original one had. Wow, I've never done that fancy of a light pass. I'm pretty happy with that final result. All right, let me check the original as a reference. We'll have to add that blue shine in. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and the word super movie still needs to come in later. But like right at the end here. Okay. How's this looking in comparison? Dang. I mean, like, pretty cool. How's it look? Oh, gosh. I'm really happy with that. I might actually... Should I add some more texture to the bottom one by fading it out on the bottom too? Not really. I think we're good with where we're at. The Super SpongeBob movie. It's becoming a reality. Good morning, Spookio. How you doing? So let's just add that lens flare now. I did download that. It's in our... Okay, so let's go to YouTube videos. Super Mario. I need to render this logo out so I can get it done. All right. Videos, stock footage. Let's drag in the lens flare. So, I'm actually, before I even plop it in, we're going to go past the point where they do these weird squiggles. Alright, there. So this is the biggest point of this, when like the lens flare gets the biggest. And we're going to do the fade out. Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to drag in that position there. I'm going to have, let's just look at only the reference and our lens flare. I'm going to go ahead and do screen mode. So, oh, you know what I can do? I just realized what I can do. What just happened to Central Graphics? Get out of here. What? Close the panel. I don't need Essential Graphics. Time, enable time remapping, and then we can put a keyframe specifically at the front and end of this coming in. Okay, perfect. So, when's the lens flare? Oh, the lens flare is nearly perfectly timed just to reverse this. I could legitimately just reverse this and we're gonna be okay, I think. And then I'll just do a time toggle hold keyframe. Let's check that out. Does this time well? That is awesome. It's perfectly timed. Okay. So let's turn off our reference here. And then... Oh, I wanted to turn off the reference, okay. Also, you know what I'm noticing about the original? It's not just a fade in. It actually brightens up in the center first. So I need to make a bit of a... Or unless that's just... Unless that's this thing going on. Yeah, it's actually got... it's a little fancier than I thought it was, everybody. And we're going to fix that. So... Let's turn off the reference to the Super Mario Bros. We've got our SpongeBob. Let's just go ahead and throw this down. You gotta add it into every movie trailer logo. Little lens flare. So now the lens flare starts up, gets bigger and bigger, and then the title pops in. This is good. Ooh, you know what? Can I add... Oh, that didn't look good. It's unfortunate that the black is popping in, but it kind of looks a little flat compared to what the original movie trailer had. Because the original movie trailer looks like they actually had real lights that kind of got put into this bit. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and we're rushing forward to just go ahead and do the original one because it's out already and it's good content. So we're just gonna end up doing the teaser.
We do what we want.
And just because it's already available for us to get working on, and I think the main reason is because we want to have a video out. We want 2 videos out at the end of this year, because December is our best year to upload videos. Best month. December's our best year. Thanks, hon. Oh man, too bad I can't. Let's see. Oh, you know what I can do? New solid. No. New adjustment layer. I need a new adjustment layer. Brightness and contrast. We're just gonna bump the contrast up. Ooh, there we go. Now let's take the saturation up as well. Alright, maybe take the brightness down. Alright. And now we'll do the exact same opacity pass with this. So hopefully this makes the effect look a little bit cooler. Oh, it does! It does indeed. And I'm gonna try to also implement that like way that they do the fading in kind of thing. Alright. So at the beginning, it should be like nothing. We're gonna expand inward a whole lot. And then at the end, we'll expand outward. There's a lot of different effects going on here, but I think overall, now this should look better. I'm going to turn on our reference in the corner. Alright, so we've got our reference in the corner, put it on the top layer. Our lens flare might be coming in a little too early, or at least too bright. Out. Alright, I think I'm done. Outside of camera moving and stuff like that, I think this is done. So the lens flare fades in. The main logo pops in a bit too. Yeah, there's some adjustments I'll need to do, but I think it is about time for us to end stream because we have some important other things to do today. So, yes, there are some adjustments I still need to do, but overall, this is pretty much the completed thing. And like side by side with that reference, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll have to add in the, top logo bit here, along with making sure that the words "the Super Movie" shows up a little later, and finishing the 3D on the SpongeBob movie itself. And animating it. So there's like a whole second pass I have to do with this, but style-wise, we got our style points today. That is completely finished style-wise. Love that. Alright, save the file. Make sure it's saved! Oh my goodness. Poland's, let's be polite here. You can't tell the people to not comment. That's the only thing that you can do on a live stream. You're here to comment. Alright, everybody. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is! We're gonna see what we get to do on the Wheel of Squidward. And today it is... Oh, no! A Photoshop of Jonathan's face. Mr. JChaseFilms himself. So, we're gonna get the 8-minute timer set up. And here's what the goal is I'm gonna take a selfie. And we're gonna turn the selfie into Squidward. I'm gonna take my glasses off because there's no point in doing that. Whoo boy. Alright. Alright. Oh gosh, I need to just like get my hair up out of the way because I need to make myself bald and my hair is gonna be completely pointless. Alright. Alright, so I'm getting a starting point by making a face that's similar to Squidward, I think. And we'll take that and turn that into it. All right, so glasses back on because I need to see. I'm going to email this to myself so I have the file. All right. Add in that picture. And we're going to get started. Okay, I have to wait until the attachment uploads. Yay, yay, yay. Timer. Give us our 8 minutes. This is going to be weird. Can I get started with like a Squidward outlines? I don't even know. There we go. Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want. Okay. This is gonna be great. We're gonna save this image. Actually, can I just copy the image? We're gonna open this up in Photoshop. Okay, here we go. Photoshop is opened. Next up, file, new. Let's go ahead and do like a 1000 by 1000. That's, wow, that was the wrong number. I did 10,009 by accident. So 1000 by 1000. Not slip up this time. I should be able to just paste. Good. All right. Hey guys, we're done. No. I wanted to have this as a reference so that I can make sure that my face is anatomically correct to Squidward's. So there we go. We're ready with that in there. We're gonna do the multiply mode. Good. That is ready. Next up, let me go ahead and get that file sent to myself, and then we can go ahead and do this. Oh gosh, guys, I'm about to. Whew. Here we go. Here we go. Gonna download this picture, and then we get started. The second I get this picture saved, save image as. I don't know. We'll go to images here. Textures. Square face. There's our face. Can I just locate the original? Oh gosh, I realize I have my moles, which are gonna be weird on Squidward. Alright, I put it in the Super Mario folder for no reason besides I just had to have it put it somewhere. And plop it in. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, where's my timer? 3, 2, 1, start. Alright, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna put it beneath my reference here, and we're gonna just scale this up and get started. So the weird thing is, obviously the eyes are gonna be giant, so, there's like a lot of different elements to this. Can I use a actual... I'm gonna copy just the headspace first. Copy that, paste it. Alright. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just do a warp effect and see if we can just get this close at all. Oh gosh, there's so many different parts to this. Alright, let's squeeze in the head really small, right there. Matching up like the cheek area there. Bring down the nose and all that stuff. Okay. And the chin's gonna get hidden behind, so the chin, this whole area right here can get squashed. Alright, we're gonna duplicate this. And I kind of want to just have the mouth area now so we can make the mouth bigger. So let's just go ahead and Whoa, I don't know what I just did. Where'd all my layers go? Cancel. Okay. Nearly did something that was gonna screw me up there, and I'm glad I didn't. So let's select just the mouth. Select inverse, delete it. Alright. So now we can go ahead and warp out the mouth. Make it... Try to make it bigger. Let's extend this out all the way out to the edges. Oh, this is tough. It's tough to do it and to match the specific shape of Squidward. Gosh, why does Squidward have to be so oddly specific in his shape? Okay, here we go. Getting closer. Alright, we're gonna save that for a second and do another warp effect now. Because the problem is my mouth is going the opposite direction than I would hope it would. That's okay. We're gonna make it work. I will make this work. Alright. There we go. There we go. It's getting closer. Oh, this is very cursed. This is very cursed. Alright, so the mouth is now set up outside. Good. From there, let's go ahead and do the eyes, I think. And I really just need to, like, bulge it out. I don't know the proper effects to do all this. Like, I don't do these kind of things enough. Is there a bulge tool? I think there totally is, and I just don't know where it is. So instead, what we're gonna do is I'm going to lasso select around the eye. How do I do this? How do I do this? I'm just gonna take a circle of the head. Alright, taking this part of the head, duplicating the whole layer, select inverse, delete. Doing the same thing I just did a bit ago, and we're gonna warp it out. So the head is gonna get warped out. Oh, that's working very well. I'll have to fix the eyes in a bit, but right now this is good enough. He's gonna have hair on the sides of his head, and that's just gonna have to be okay. Because it's me. Okay. So right now, we've got the head shape. Oh, that's frightening. That's frightening. Let's go ahead and duplicate the original layer. Oh, I've only got half the time left. Let's grab just my nose. Oh, let's get a more feathered brush than that. Let's go at like, I don't know, 20 pixels of feather. Alright, copy the nose, bring it down, and make it big. The goal is just to make a big old nose. Alright, we're gonna warp, pull this in, pull this down. Basically, I mean, to get his nose shape, it's just like pulling this down at this point. Alright. We're gonna make this line very sharp here. Because I want the head to show out from underneath here. Alright, so just erasing the parts that I don't want, and then we're gonna have a sharper line going up on the nose here. There we go. I'm so focused. How's that? Not great! Not great, okay. Let's go down to this layer, and I know there's a smudge tool. The smudge tool is going to be very important. Where's my smudge tool? There we go, smudge tool. Alright, so we're going to smudge all this out, smudge this up, and then just duplicate this layer here. Grab this down, and then we're going to erase some stuff. I'm trying to get just some skin tone to cover up the eyes here so that we can re-add in the eyes. Alright. And so let's go back to the smudge tool. Alright, that's looking good. Okay, we're good here. We're good there. Let's go ahead and get the eyes. I'm just going to go ahead and grab, like, this entire eyebrow section here. Duplicate this up. Let's go ahead and get our reference back on. Alright. We're going to warp this down. I'm just going to kind of match what they did here. And now we're going to delete the parts that we don't want. And now the last thing I really have to do is make sure the eyes are good. Okay, I've got a minute for the eyes. Are you kidding? Take this feather down to 10. I should have made a different photo with wide open eyes, because this is going to be very tough. I'm just going to scale it. Oh no! Unfortunately, this is how it's going to look. Oh dear, here we go. Oh gosh. 20 seconds. This is it. This is all I've got time for. Let's do one last warp. Try to see if we can get things a little closer. Oh dear. Okay. Well, the last thing I can do is bring down the hardness of this. We're done. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just gonna clean up the fact that like we don't have a background here, so we're just gonna take this and clean up this area here. Make everything kind of visible.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's
That's horrible.
it's frightening.
You look. Oh my.
Here, so we're just gonna. I'm going overtime, but we have to because the warping isn't enough. We're just gonna erase this outside edge.
You look like something else.
Yeah.
You look like David Tennant in that episode where he gets aged really far up.
That's good. So we're just gonna go ahead and go on this outline edge. Oh, I bit into it too much. Everybody, what do you think? What do you think of real Squidward? Hashtag real Squidward. Oh, if I had more than 8 minutes, I could have made something much more impressive. The 8 minutes is it's tough. It is a tough challenge. Alright, there we go. Erase these extra bits. Yeah. I just at least want him to be like on his own. We'll erase the ear too. There we go. Oh no, now we can be so much more cursed because he's on his own. Nothing to stop all this cursedness from being seen. Or go to the eyes, get this a little erased. Wait, no, what is that? What part of the head is that? Is it the... There we go. Alright, and then it's just... In fact, I'm going to move to my... I'm going to use my pen, because this is actually really tough to do with the mouse. Yeah, this is a lot easier to do. I should have done that. Oh, I should have done this from the start. Using the mouse was a mistake. Wow. Wow. Goodbye, ears. It's nice knowing you. Okay. I'm actually going to merge these two together so that I erase both of them at the same time. Should I go ahead and, on the hair, let me go ahead and use like a rough brush. Do I have a rough eraser? There we go. Perfect. We can keep this hair texture in here. Guys, look, Squidward has hair. Finally. He's worked so hard. Right, and it's a little too rough, I think, so we're just gonna go back with another standard eraser.
You ready to go, Luna? Yeah.
There we go. Just right back on top of that. Add some feathering to the hair. Oh dear. Wow. And so then there's the nose. The nose, what's all the way up there? Why is it selecting up there too? I'm gonna duplicate the nose because it got a little bit too feathered. There we go. I'm trying to figure out what was wrong with it. And then if I go ahead and smudge up. There. Alright, so some fixes had to be done, but I think they were necessary fixes. Also, there is parts of the nose that shouldn't be there. Oh, that is way too feathered. Let's make a smaller brush. Where's the body? Yeah, I didn't have the time for the body. There we go. Perfect. What a lad. Here's what I can do for your body. I'll duplicate the nose, throw it in the farthest back here. And then, like, we'll just warp this closed. There's the wonderful neck. Oh, I hate that. And let's just look for, like, a brown collared shirt.
Your brown collared shirt.
Open image, new tab. Save this image. No, actually, not save it. It'll be faster if I just copy it. Oh, it's not wanting to copy the image. Fine. Save the image as. We'll save it in the same place. Okay. Download it with IDM because it's not doing it the way I want it to. There we go. Finally. That was too much effort. Oh, this is... I hadn't looked at it in a while. It looks so bad. This shirt does not want to be downloaded. I wonder why. This company is protecting its shirt photos. File, save as. There we go. Go ahead and download into our videos, projects. It's still under Super Mario. I'm just gonna have to not worry about that. T-shirt reel. I think this is gonna be longer than 8 minutes, guys. Yeah, this is the perfect shirt too. Okay. Can I just go ahead and like select subject? Is that gonna work for me? I hope it does. Yes, it does. Thank you, Photoshop, for being so smart. So smart, Photoshop. Alright, and now all I'm gonna do is erase out the center. What a long neck. Wow. What a man. What a man. Here, actually, you know what I'll do? Is I'm gonna warp it closed on there. Although the whole shirt could get shortened, honestly. If we were to be honest. Because he's kind of a skinny lad. There we go. So we'll just pull out these edges. Like all the way. Until it finally works. There we go. And I'm going to duplicate that like fake... And this will be the arms. Ah, so that's what was up there. Alright, duplicate that on the other side. Hey everybody, it's just Ward. He's not Squid anymore. It's done! Hey everybody, thank you for joining us on today's stream. It has been an absolute blast. We got to do some really good stuff today. That final Super SpongeBob title card is awesome. And we made this. Good luck falling asleep tonight, right? Thank you all for being here. It has been an absolute blast. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'll see you this Wednesday for our community game night. We get to play some games. It's going to be fun. I'll see you then. You all have a fantastic day. And bye.